Hi, Gator here with I Hike Marathons, and today I'm going to start hiking the Foothills Trail. Woo! Okay, so the Foothills Trail is approximately 76 miles long, and it goes through upstate South Carolina. Both the terminuses, the eastern and western terminus, are both in state parks, and they cost to park there. So I've actually parked off of the Palmetto Trail, and I'm going to hike the 8.5 miles into the terminus. I'm hoping to hike the Foothills Trail in 3 days. Haven't looked too much into what's on the Foothills Trail besides what I've hiked on the Palmetto Trail. It's almost parallel to the Foothills Trail. Foothills Trail kind of makes like a C connecting to different parts of the Palmetto Trail. So we'll see how it goes. I was so nervous driving here this morning because it was sprinkling the whole time. And it's like the weather said it was going to be cloudy. It said it wasn't going to be raining here. But it's definitely raining right now. And it's like 45 degrees. And those are like the conditions I hate most to hike in. Like cold and wet. Just because it's so easy for the rain to soak through your clothes and give you hypothermia real quick. So like I'd rather hike when it's snowing out than that cold of rain. But right now it's not raining, which is why I'm also recording right now before it gets too late. Which is why I'm recording now in case it starts raining later. Okay, I've never seen this before. So here's a tree, and the tree has like a vine that's going out. The one going diagonally down. That vine is holding up this tree. This tree is wanting to fall, but it's being held up by that vine. Crazy. I'm almost to the start of the actual Foothills Trail, and there is a pretty lake and a playground with swings. I'm gonna try and swing with my pack on. I doubt it will go well. It's really hard to do with the pack on because I just want to fall backwards. Sorry, I just love swing. Ooh, there's a pretty view over there. Turn around the camera. Like a nice cliff there, and it's got the clouds on top. Yes, I'm still on the swing. Woo! I just filled out my registration card, used the luxurious bathroom, and I'm finally starting the Foothills Trail. I keep wanting to call it the Florida Trail. If I do, I'm sorry. Got a nice river. We're already going over. It is almost 2 o'clock. So I'm not gonna make it nearly as far as I was hoping today. The road walk is a little farther than I expected. Oh well. Let's go. I've barely gone anywhere. There's all these beautiful platforms and sitting areas. We're gonna have a sit to look at. Ready for it? It's so pretty. First stop, Pinnacle Mountain. the trail goes. Almost to the summit of Pinnacle Mountain. Foothills Trail actually turns to the left right here. But it looks like it's only a quarter of a mile or so up. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Woo! I made it to the top of Pinnacle Mountain. It was quite steep that last bit, but I made it. Can't really see anything because I am in a cloud and my glasses are fogging up. So I'm gonna start heading back down. I've got another summit to do today, Sassafras Mountain, which is the tallest mountain in South Carolina. So, onward! Alright, that is bright, so I'm gonna look away. I've made it to the top of Sassafras Mountain. It's dusk and it's pretty much all dark. I'm in a cloud, it's getting hard to see. So I'm just gonna keep moving, try to get to the campsite before it's too late. Got my headphones out. So I'm not gonna record anymore tonight. Good morning. Oh my goodness, trying to get down Sassafras last night. It was like it was dusk. You could barely see. The cloud was getting really thick. And so I put on my headlamp because I couldn't see without it. But then, you know how fog kind of scatters the light? Well, it was scattering the light right into my glasses, so I couldn't see. Couldn't see with or without my headlamp. So, like, I could see maybe a foot or two in front of me. I had to take it off. It's like, okay, let's try putting them around my wrist. It's like that helped, but it was flopping all over. It's like, okay, let's try attaching it right here to my hip belt. And that actually worked. So that at least got it away from my glass, shined on the ground so I could see like 5-6 feet in front of me. And once the cloud got thinner, then I could definitely see more. And I got into camp, and there were a few other people already camping there. Some were some were just going to bed, some were already asleep. I could tell because they were snoring loudly. Like, all right, I'm gonna go set up my tent somewhere else. Found a good spot away from them. Started setting up, and I realized I brought the wrong bag of stakes. Like, instead of my normal bag of stakes for this tent, I brought the extra bag, like my bag of like extra stakes and extra line, and so there were only 2 stakes in there. Like, my tent needs 6, not 2. So yeah, that was fun. Like, okay, I get these 2 going here, like wrap one to a stick, trying to find rocks, but it was dark and in a cloud, so I couldn't see. Finally had like one rock, had to tie one to my bear can because I decided to bring my bear can on this trip. So yeah, it was a little bit of a mess last night. Pretty tired, but yeah, I'm ready to get going. Sometimes I'm glad I don't pre-plan the trips too much, so I have beautiful surprises when I get here. Here's the beautiful Virginia Hawkins Falls. Gorgeous! Next up on our tour of waterfalls is Laurel Fork Falls. Oh, these are huge. So pretty. Gorges State Park is gorgeous. Ha ha ha. Sorry. Finally get to see the lake, and it is pretty. Oh, I'm getting ready to come down Heartbreak Ridge. So it's looking straight on and looking down, looking down, looking down. And there's the steps to go down. Whew, I wish there was a railing. Up there, set of stairs. Looking forward to the right is the Toxaway River. To the left is some other rivers meeting up with, I think, Lake Toxaway. Maybe Lake Jocassee, I don't know. They're all connected. Day 3, first stop this morning, Hilliard Falls. Laughing was like, oh my gosh, look at all the pollen falling. This is gross. It looks like snow. No, it's not pollen. It is snow. It's snow. That's little snowflakes. Don't mind me. Just hiking in the snow. Okay, I gotta go up that rock to get to the bridge. Then I'm gonna look over there. White waterfalls, they are humongous. I don't know if I'll get a better view. So. My heart is pounding from climbing all the stairs, but the view is worth it. So here's another view of White Waterfalls. Ready for it? In the past, when it's been really hot out, sometimes I'll lake as its rocks because they're nice and cool. They help get the heat off. The desert, that also doesn't always work. But I just sat down because the step was way too big to go down. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna sit on my butt and scooch down. I'm like, oh, this rock is warm. Like, it's cold out and this rock is warm. I don't want to get up. So I thought it was gonna get like into the 30s early morning, like 34ish. Just not get below freezing. I don't think it did. Like, nothing froze. Everything was fine. And then I thought it was going to get warmer throughout the day and then get cold again by tonight. It's been pretty cold today. And I thought it was just me. But I've got a nice slushy going on. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a big old chunk of slushy in there. There's a chunk of ice. So, yeah. It's definitely colder than I thought. It's got to be below freezing. Makes me worried for tonight. What's tonight gonna be like? I just survived my last night on the Foothills Trail. It was so cold. At least I had the gear to stay warm, but I was struggling to have my body warm up my sleeping bag and warm up everything that was in. woke up a couple times in the night having to eat just to help me produce more heat. I was also dehydrated, so super thirsty, but I was worried. It was pretty much out of water. I mean, I'm by a creek, but I didn't want to go get a bunch of water and then just have it freeze on me and freeze my filter. So this morning got a bunch of water, heated up so it's nice and warm. I've got my water bottle right here so that it stays defrosted, and I've even got my trekking poles were on the ground, so there's a layer of frost on my trekking poles. I didn't finish my breakfast from yesterday, that was frozen solid. My shoes had a layer of ice inside them, even though I was that was just from the sweat refreezing, and my shoes were inside my tent right next to me and they still froze. So luckily phone is still good, water filter is still good. Neither of those froze. So last day on the trail. I'm several miles behind. Want to be further than this, but it came to a point last night. It's do I go the rest of the way that I want to today and just hope for a campsite, even though they keep saying stay in the designated campsites, or just stop here in the designated campsite and set up camp before it gets dark? So I decided to just stay here, set up before it got dark, because I had 20 minutes of light left until dusk. So getting chilly, I'm gonna get started moving. This is something I've never had happen before. So yesterday, I guess my trekking poles got big lumps of mud on them, and then the mud froze solid. So this morning I just had these huge clumps on the end of my poles, making the tips useless. They just kept sliding. But now that everything's starting to defrost, this one, the clump has finally come off. This one, it's just starting to come off. Hopefully the rest will come off soon. Okay, that was Licklog Falls. I didn't record it because I was talking to another hiker. I asked him, do you know what temperature it was last night? And he said his thermometer said 15 degrees. Whew. I know I'm a cold sleeper, and so usually I need my quilt is 0 degree, so for me I need it to be at least 20 degrees to be warm outside. I'm so glad I brought a sleeping bag liner. Oh, I was cold. I've done it. Woo! I finished the Foothills Trail, made it to Oconee State Park. There it is. I did it. Woo!